Welcome back, y'all. If you haven't been here before, my name is Callie. I'm a part-time reseller and a stay-at-home mom to a very busy 3-year-old. So if you are a mom and you are trying to get into the reselling business, or even if you're just a mom in general, you know how busy this season of life is. And so I made this YouTube channel, one, because I love watching other people's thrift hauls and I get super inspired by that. I'm also very ambitious myself. I want to show moms what's possible when they are staying at home with their kids, that they can bring in an income. It is possible. And today I'm going to be breaking down the real behind the scene numbers of what my first 90 days as a reseller looked like. So we're just going to jump right into it because, we ain't got all day. Okay, so my first 90 days, backtrack. I think I listed my first item maybe February 27th. I wasn't really planning on reselling. I just had a couple things I needed to list, so I listed them on Poshmark, and then I started getting things in my Facebook Reels feed and my YouTube feed of people who were like doing this for a living. I was like, oh my gosh. I get to shop for a living and make money. Like, this is easy. And I'm sure a lot of you have done this type of thing before anyways. You've gone on Facebook Marketplace and sold things in your house that you haven't really wanted anymore. This comes naturally, and when you want to take it to a business, you just refine those skills. So making a profit is totally possible with this, depending on what your goals are and how much time you have. I don't have a ton of time. I mean, seriously. And you know that as a mom too. So again, okay, so with that said, so February 27th, I listed my first item, wasn't planning on reselling. And then March, I will consider, this is going to be from like March, April, and May, those numbers. I made my first sale March 2nd, I believe. So it was pretty quick. It was within the first week of me listing something. I was only listing one item a day. I wasn't doing a ton, and there were a couple days that I didn't post something. I think probably only 2 days I didn't post something because I knew consistency was super important. Right, so I was listing one item a day that first month. Was what felt good to me at the time. I was on a very strict budget. I didn't have a ton of inventory. I was shopping a lot at the bins, which is so fun and so addicting. If you're a reseller, you know. And then the second month, I bumped it up to 2 listings, and then I started doing 3. There were a couple weekends I didn't post because I thought maybe I'll post more during the week and not post on the weekends, but that really, really made my business take a hit. And so I stopped doing that. I list every single day now, a minimum of 3. We just moved into a new place, and so since then I have been humbled by how much unlisted inventory I have. So I have been listing 10 a day, which feels so good. It's a lot of work, but I'm ready to really scale this business. But like I said, let's get into it because I can just ramble on. So my first 90 days, I made 88 sales. My cost of goods sold was $303.32. I spent $130.53 on shipping. I had about $295.44 in fees, so eBay fees, Poshmark fees, they all take a percentage out once you ship or once you sell something. Let's go over, I have a breakdown of per month also. So March, I made $503 with a profit of $308 after cost of goods and site fees, but before taxes. And then in April, I did $595 in sales and $380 after fees and cost of goods. And then May was a great month. And let me just preface, I took 2 weeks off in May. So that was half the month. And I did $820 in sales, so a pretty big jump. And that's with only listing 1 to 3 items a day. And $502 in profit after sales or after fees and costs of goods. That's pretty amazing. So that gives me a total of $1,189 and 21 cents. That's pretty good. I'm really proud of that, especially starting out. I'm sure there are people out there who are like, that's nothing, but I'm really proud of that. To do something that's fun and so good for my mental health. It's not just about the money. The money has been amazing, but to do something where I have goals and I can get out of the house and I can keep busy. As a mom, that's really important to me. I'm a big advocate for mental health. It's something I've struggled with, especially in those early postpartum days, and throughout my life, I've struggled with anxiety and depression. And so keeping myself busy, doing something I'm passionate about and love, that's worth it. And I'm gonna keep going, and I have big goals for this business. So let's break it down for sites. On my platform performance, we're gonna do by revenue. So Poshmark was definitely my number one platform at taking 64% of my revenue, bringing in $1,222. Next up was Facebook Marketplace. I did a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace in the beginning to get quick cash to turn around and then reinvest in my inventory. That takes 22% at $411. And then we have eBay. So I did not start cross-listing to eBay until maybe 2 months in, probably still like a month ago. And even then it wasn't super consistent. So that only takes 14% of my revenue at $264. My number one category was clothing, then shoes, then fashion accessories. So as we go through this, I hope that this encourages you for you to be able to feel like you can do this too. Also, if you could do me a huge favor and like this video if this is something you want to do or you want to hear more of, because I would love to maybe do quarterly reviews of numbers. I love being transparent with where I'm at, and money is money. And I hope that this is encouraging to you and you feel lit up and inspired. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I love responding. I try to respond quickly. And also subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new here, I would love to have you in this community, especially if you're a mom. Drop a comment below, say hi, and I'll see you in the next video.